So now we are in class 8,
Yeah.
KWETU Primary School.
Yeah.
How was the performance this time round?
Definitely though, I had made a choice of working hard. Nilikuwa nimeamua kusoma sababu hata nikikosa kusoma na nimepewa nafasi ya kusoma bure, whether ikakula yule sponsor hangeweza kuchukua ile nafasi mzuri nisome, nikakosa kusoma hangeridhika. Kwa mimi nilikuwa nimeshaamua kusoma, so mimi I worked hard. Na pia sio tu kusoma, ni vizuri hata mtu kujinvolve na any other activity in school. Niweza kujinvolve na Athletics Kenya. Nakumbuka vizuri sana nikiwa katika darasa la 80, that is standard 8. Niweza kukibiria Central Province 100 meters na 200 meters. Nakumbuka nikiwa Nyayo Stadium, mimi ndio nilikuwa mwanafunzi bora katika kukibia katika mita 100 na mita 200. Mimi nilikuwa nasema kwa sababu nilikuwa nimezeeka kidogo, angalau nilikuwa na strong bone marrow. Singeweza kana kushinda na mtu yote wa kawaida. Kwa hivyo niliweza kusoma vizuri, nikajinvolve na any other extracurricular activities. Na niliweza kupata 414 marks in KCPE. Wakati ya mtihani wa darasa la 8, sasa niliweza kufuzu vizuri. From 193 to 414.
Wow.
That is what I scored.
Sasa tumepata 400 plus marks. Meaning the high school you were called to is a good high school.
Mimi niliweza kupata barua ya shule ya upili ya Alliance High School. Hiyo ndio ilikuwa shule ambayo ningepata kujiunga nayo. Lakini yule mzungu mwenye alikuwa ananifunza, the principal St. Mary School, by then alikuwa hali yake ya kiafya haikuwa mzuri. Yule kaimu wa kumsaidia kuwa principal, brother Peter Kombe, akaniambia kwa sababu yule principal Dominic Jordan hasikii vizuri, nichukue fursa hiyo nijiunge na St. Mary School Nyeri kuliko kujiunga na Alliance High School, kwa sababu principal mwenye ananisaidia kusoma hali yake ya kiafya si mzuri. Kwa hivyo nilipoangalia maisha nikaona bora nisome. Mimi niweza kujiunga na shule ya St. Mary Boys High School Nyeri mwaka wa 2011. Yeah.
You opted for St. Mary's High
I opted for St. Mary Boys High School Nyeri.
So how was your life in St. Mary's?
Life in St. Mary was a little bit good. Sababu St. Mary hata ile moto ilikuwa inaelekeza wanafunzi, ilikuwa moto tofauti na shule zingine. Moto ilikuwa nasema you give me a boy, I give you a man. Mimi nijua nikiingia form 1 sikuwa boy, I was a man. So mimi Kenya nilifanya, I was not converted to any boy. I was converted from a normal man to an extraordinary man. So mimi St. Mary nilisoma kwa bila tashwishi yote. Sababu pia St. Mary ilikuwa shule ambayo kila mtu ako na gumzo ya maisha yake. Kwa hivyo mimi nilisoma vizuri. Na nikiwa form 3 kukasemekana kuna exchange program huko England. Nikaambiwa kwamba kwa sababu exchange program inahitaji mtu mwenye ako all out activities. Na mimi katika masomo pia katika michezo na hata katika tamasha za muziki nilikuwa najiunga, kwa sababu mimi nilikuwa na taaluma tofauti. Nikakuwa hata a student mwenye ataenda kuwakilisha St. Mary School Nyeri huko Uingereza. So I went to England when I was in form 3. I went for an exchange program for 1 month. Na nikaanza kusikia uzuri hata kutia bidii katika masomo. Kwa hivyo mimi niliweza kwenda England nikiwa form 3. Nikakaa huko 1 month. Nikiwa form 4 kukasemekana ile presentation nilifanya huko England kuna watu hawakuwa. So wakakuwa na special request because they wanted to fund St. Mary High School with funding wajenge dormitories za junior program. Nikaenda England nikiwa form 4. Tena. Na nilikaa hapo ndivyo hata nilikuwa distracted kisomo, kwa sababu sikusoma the whole of second term. Na sikusoma partial of that term.
Nilikuwa
England. I was in England. Nilikuwa nakaa na mama alikuwa anaitwa Sarah Craven. I live in Lincoln City. And every time I could move from Lincoln City to Liverpool. Kwa sababu hiyo mama alikuwa lecturer wa John Moss University in Liverpool.
Yeah. Sasa umeenda England, umerudi St. Mary kufanya mtihani.
Niliassume I remember in our time 2014 the first paper was chemistry paper 3. So it was to be done on Friday. So I took a flight on Wednesday and I arrived in St. Mary saa 9 mchana on Thursday, ready to do my exam for KCSE. So I sat for my KCSE with a lot of disruption from England. and then I was not well prepared. But God is great. In my KCSE, I scored an A- of 77.
Wow.
So I did the school proud, because when brother said that he had told me not to do the exam, to shift to repeat the following year, because I had repeated very many years. I just asked God to give me the little knowledge that I have. At least I get a score to join the university. After I did my Form 4, I was employed as a peer teacher in the school that I scored an E. I was employed in Kiagai Secondary School as a peer teacher. And I was helping the student in that school at least to do something good. I was helping the Form 4. But in the realization, the school administration saw that I'm still a good teacher. So I was given a class, Form 4 class, to teach them mathematics. And the school was getting a mini score of 1 point something in mathematics each and every time. But during that time that I taught mathematics, that is Form 4 East and Form 4 West, as a peer teacher, the school improved a positive mean from a mini score of 1.9 in mathematics to 3.7. So that is when I realized that I can create an impact in the society, regardless of the nature, the status quo of where I was by that time. Yeah.
So now you are a peer teacher.
Yeah, I was a peer teacher in Kiagai Secondary School.
And while you were growing up,
yes,
what did you want to become? What career did you want to do?
I wanted to do law. I wanted to be a lawyer, but I didn't do very well in English, because I scored very many A's, but in English I scored a B-. That was the poorest grade that I scored. So I could not get the cluster point to do law. And because I was so much to politics, and now the term devolution was now in us, I realized for one to become a good governor requires some bit of mathematics and economy. So in JKUAT, there was no pure economics. So I did, I chose a course to do Bachelor of Science in Mathematics and Statistics. I was the student rep in the first year, the second year. And when I was in that year, I contested for the Secretary General of Jomo Kenyatta University in my department called COPAS, the College of Pure and Applied Science. And I was the senior student in my department, College of Pure and Applied Science. Yeah. So I graduated in 2019. Though our graduation was not something that we could go physically because of the COVID-19. We did it online. And I graduated with first class honor in the Bachelor of Mathematics and Statistics.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So you graduated.
Yes.
How was your life after university?
Yeah, the first born of the COVID-19 pandemic. And you are started baada ya kutoka university. In personally I was lucky. Kwenye nilifanyia internship huko ndiko nilienda kufanya kazi. Na nikafanya kazi kwa miezi kama 4. Then kukakuwa hakuna kitu kingine inafanywa huko. Tukatolewa kazi watu kwa vikundi mpaka ikafika mahali no any other work was going on in that place. Kwa mimi sasa hapo in 2020 nikashagaa nitaanza wapi. Mimi nikafikiria kwa sababu niko na pesa nilikuwa nimejiwekea. Mimi nitaenda kwetu Karatina nyumbani ninunue pikipiki. Kwa hivyo mimi nilienda nikanunua pikipiki 1000. Nikasema mimi nitaanza kazi ya boda. Hapo ndivyo nilienda kuanza kubeba na pikipiki, na tuko napata pesa sana kwa sababu every other person anataka kuwa contact with any other person kwa sababu ya the COVID-19 pandemic. Kwa nili struggle nikakuwa unique nikibeba na pikipiki, kakuwa mpaka niko na sanitizer. I was clean enough, I had the goggles, I was having the mask. Hivyo customer kija kwa pikipiki nampea mask na msanitize ili nipate customer. Kwa mimi nilianza kupata customer. Kwa mimi nikaanza kupata na pikipiki na life became normal just like any other person because ni lazima ningepata 2000 to 3000. So mimi ile wakati nimejifanyia mambo ya maana sana. Nikanunua kwangu because the uniqueness in me, any other person could come and borrow idea from me. Because I remember very well the government of Kenya had decided that all the pikipiki should be registered. Kwa hivyo the Madira Boda Boda Association hawakuwa na the legal part of the document ya kuonyesha they are registered. So I'm the one who wrote the NYERI County Boda Boda Association, the constitution policy. Nilipoandikia katiba they paid me. And because you have more than 1000 stages in NYERI County, and every other stage could pay 1000. So I got more than $1 million in the registration of all the registered base in NYERI County. So hapo ndio nilianza kufanya kazi na nikaigilia pikipiki kwa udani. So nika reflect pikipiki tofauti. Sababu unajua mtu wa pikipiki akionekana anaonekana akiwa failure, anaonekana akiwa hana pesa, anaonekana hajasoma. But we change that. Because mimi nikiwa mwana pikipiki nilikuwa nimesoma. And I could apply any legal formation in working in that department. Kwa hivyo watu wa Nyeri County wakaanza kunipea nguvu sababu nilikuwa nawasaidia kimasomo kwenye nimesoma na kuwatengenezea sheria. Lucky enough kakuwa na uchaguzi wa Nyeri County. Nikashaguliwa nikiwa the speaker of Nyeri County Assembly ya pikipiki. So that is where I joined the boda section after the university. Yeah.
So when you were growing up, you wanted to become a lawyer.
Yes.
But the points did add up to it. Then after Form 4, you were a peer teacher.
Yeah.
And now after studying at JKUAT, you become a boda rider. What made you go to the boda job and not be formally employed, considering the fact that you had a great performance in school?
I want people to understand education is what remains in your hand after forgetting everything. It is not necessarily because you are learned you must be formally employed. You can start any other form of a business, may it be a solo proprietor or any formation of partnership, because understanding the unique understanding about education, people think that people who are employed they do best. Then I told you earlier that the COVID-19 pandemic really challenged the people who graduated in 2019 and 2020. Then we have the job opportunity in this country is not enough, the numbers of the graduates that are graduated from the university. Why I joined the boda sector, previously I was employed by a company in Lemuru. But because of the COVID-19, they didn't get enough money to pay the working team there. Now that sina kazi nitafanya namna gani? I sat down as a human being, nikafikiria niko na 200,000. What can I do? Nikafikiria kwa sababu naona pikipiki wenye naenda na pikipiki bado they were not in it enough. What if I joined the boda sector being unique? So hivyo ndivyo nilifikiria, because it was the only work available by then. So nikafikiria mimi nitaingia sector ya pikipiki. But the value of my understanding nilikuwa naigia kwa pikipiki nifanye namna gani to do a service that will make I with my family comfortable. Because as a human being, what remain in your hand after saving, that is what refer to wealth or richness.
True.
People they are getting the mindset that you must pump everything in the bank, you must get a lot of money, a lot of ventures in the asset, thinking that that's proving that you're learning. Not at all. So I want to convince Kenyans in this country. What is so much important, it is, do you have the version of saving? Do you have the value of character? Do you have the value of discipline? If you have those three character traits, definitely you can be able to venture in any other place in this country and do something important. So I joined boda with the passion and the merit. And let me tell you, I have acquired a lot of properties through the boda. I have my name, fame, have gone very high because of boda. Because I ventured into a department that many people thought that this department is just for layman people. But nowadays they are understanding. It is not necessarily for one to be a Form 4 dropout to join boda.
Yeah.
You can join boda with doctorate. You can join boda with masters. As far as you know, what is the purpose of a boda? Boda is a form of, is a means of transport. You can move from this post to another person, to another place, because you have a boda. So this is an asset, by the way. A simple boda goes for 130,000. How many Kenyans can be able to raise 130,000 to buy a boda? So these people should also be respected, because they are able to raise 130,000 to purchase their own boda, and they give a lot of services. And let me tell you, a boda, a common boda rider who is disciplined with courtesy and they have connection can go home with 2,000 shillings per day.
Really?
That is approximately 6,000 per month.
So now you bought a home. I am presuming you now have a family.
I have a family. I'm a father of one, and I live in my own premises. So I joined the Equity group to form kikundi yetu inaitwa the Third Eye. The Third Eye, to me, because I'm the chairman of the Third Eye, it was that we are using our two eyes to think. Why don't we use our third eye, which is the heart? We think and make a good decision. Tukasema we want to join a group of saving. So mimi tukajoin the third eye, and I used to save 1,000 per day. And the equity could give me even 3 million because I save a lot. And let us save now and don't regret in the future.
You now have a family.
Yes.
I'd like to take you back to the other family.
Yeah.
Where is your mom? How is your relationship with your mother right now?
My mother is there. Even all the other, my brothers are there. But they still have some makeup to do to accept me. I'm the firstborn of the family. Because they were tortured by my late father that I don't belong to the family. So I look forward to say that I'm trying to bring some makeup with my family. I've done it 50%. They are still yet to not to understand. But my mother is okay. She have understood. Because when I was getting married, I went to ask for blessing from my mother. And then she gave me her blessing. If I was not her son, she could not have done the same to me.
True.
So I appreciate my mother.
So where are you now? What do you do currently?
Currently, let me take you back. When I was operating under the Department of Boda Boda, the Archbishop in the Archdiocese of NYERI, His Grace Anthony Moheli, the Most Reverend, he had a good argument about the Boda Boda riders. And he wanted the dignity of the Boda Boda riders to be respected. And with me, his argument was, he knew that this sector, if you take it in a very positive way, it may be the best sector ever. So, through the chaplaincy of the KUFAD's Youth Hub, they organized the project for the Boda Boda riders. You are taught about the skills, training and leadership, raising the dignity from zero to hero, financial status and financial management. You are taught about the self-awareness and the emotional intelligence. You are taught about the discipline and working. So masomo haishi. So ni lazima ningesoma on the issues on how to relate with others. Are you getting the point?
Yes.
So mi nikasoma from that program that was brought by the Archdiocese of NYERI. And I graduated after reading for 1 month. You are given a honorary certificate of skills training, management, and the ethics. Either in ethical management, ethical psychology, and the ethical self-awareness. So we graduated in KUFAD's. The project manager, who was called Sylvia Gitari, realized that I had a unique thing about me. So he could keep on telling the chaplain of the KUFAD's Father Watoro, there's a guy back in Madeira who had something important than the rest. And Father Watoro, he deepened further to know me. And that when we met with Father Watoro, and I was included as a member of the KUFAD's Youth Hub, and I was given a chance to train the other Boda Boda riders on this on the financial improvement and the financial management. That is now when I started now moving from Boda Boda pole pole, nikaanza kuingia in the department ya mentoring others. I went further where the principal Karuda Secondary School, Mr. Macharia, he knew my story, where I come from. And one day he invited me in his school to speak to the parent. And I realized that however much I have studied, I have another unique thing. I'm a very good motivational speaker. I'm motivating the parent who they take school in a different version. Ninaongelesha wasasi mpaka they na change their mindset. So I started speaking to the parents in the different schools. That is when we joined the KUFAD's Youth Hub through the Archdiocese of NYERI. They decided to change the dignity of a Boda Boda rider. And you are trained on the issues on self-awareness, emotional intelligence, management of our financials, how to raise our self-esteem, and the human dignity. And later on, after we graduated, after a month we graduated, the KUE Fadis itself wanted to know whether the people that they were trained by the program, whether there's something important that they can gather from us. Through the chaplaincy, under the chaplain of the youth of Archdiocese of NYERI, Father Watoro, he realized that personally I am a motivation to others. He incorporated me in the youth hub, and now I started training the other Buddha leaders and the youth among the financial management. That is how I met myself in the youth that's how I met myself in the KUE Fadis Youth Hub. And that is how still I started raising my name to the higher levels. Today I'm a serious motivational speaker. I speak to the students. I give them hope. And I work with the KUE Fadis Youth Hub in collaboration with the chaplaincy of the Archdiocese of NYERI, conducted by our most revered Archbishop Anthony Muheria. Yeah.
So KUE Fadis opened for you the forum of becoming the motivational speaker you are.
In fact, they did it for me 100%, because initially I didn't have even some projectors to project my learning on the wall. I used to use even today, I use the projectors for the KUE Fadis. When it comes to the shooting of the other program, we use the items for this for the KUE Fadis Youth Hub. And even when you are called from the church itself, even the principals who all the guests who call you to go and motivate the students, churches, youth members from the archdiocese, it is sound positive. Yeah.
So as you have heard from Boni, KUE Fadis is a place whereby young dreams grow and dreams are discovered. Give a message of hope to the youth as they have heard your inspirational story and all that. What is their take home?
Kwa Kiswahili tunasemanga ganda la mua la njana chungu kakiona kivuno. Leo ukitafuna miwa utafuta ile maji ya miwa, kisha baadaye uagushe ile ganda kwa mchanga, ukifikiria hiyo ganda hakuna kitu muhimu iko ndani yake, lakini kesho yake upata chichimizi wako kwa ile ganda wakitafuna cha muhimu sana. Kwa hivyo usijidharau kwa sababu leo unaonekana wewe kama ni ganda la mua. Jua ndani yako kuna kitu muhimu inaweza kufanya ukuwe mtu wa maana ukikizingatia. Nataka kuambia wanalika wenzangu, delay is not a denial. Kuchelewa haimaanishi yako hujapewa, utaipata. So it is very much important to understand. I start with a girl child. It is very much important to understand you need to persist when others are quitting. You need to struggle when others are doubting. You need to work when others are dreaming. Then you give yourself time for God to work on you. Never use your body, never use your money for favor to get employed, for favor to get promoted, for favor to get appreciated. No. Delay is not a denial. Give yourself time, work the best, persist, struggle, and work. And this will definitely give you a room of suspension and give you a room of getting something that is permanent, rather than working with things that goes very fast and it is only going to be temporarily on your hands or temporarily in your future. To the boy child, nasema kwa Kiswahili, njaa ina nguvu inaangusha miamba. Mwanaume is the pillar of the economy of this country. So work where you are, improve where you are. It is not necessarily for one to be employed by either a private agency or a public agency for you to be satisfied. You can also start something small, may it be boda riding, may it be jua kali, and then what you are going to acquire from your hand, it is what is going to define you on whom you are. So I'm talking to the boy child. The necessity is the mother of invention. Keep on working hard, work smart, and know that in this world, For you to be a man of integrity, it is by the version of working hard. Kwa wazazi, ningetaka kumweleza kwamba wazazi, taaluma katika boma zetu ni tofauti sana. Kuna mtoto taaluma yake utaipata akiwa mtoto mchanga, kuna mwingine taaluma yake utapata akiwa mwanalika, na kuna mwingine taaluma yake itapatikana akiwa mzee. Kwa hivyo hebu tupende watoto wetu namna walivyo nyumbani, tusiwabague kwa sababu ya masomo, tusiwabague kwa sababu ya kuwa rangi. Na kuwa na mtoto mweupe na mtoto mweusi, uone labda mtoto mweupe atakuwa ni chanzo bora katika msingi wa familia. La hasha. Hebu tupende hawa watoto wetu without discrimination, because children are a gift from God. I want to take this time to appreciate our parent back at home and to educate you that the children that you are given by God, they have a different factor to improve our economy. Thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's show. I hope the story was inspiring and interesting to listen to. And I hope you've taken out a little bit of some inspirational quote or some inspirational word. Until next time, thank you so much. Make sure you tune into our next show where we'll be having another hope and inspirational video. Catch you next time, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our Quo Vadis YouTube channel. Thank you, and see you next time.